All new at 6, unarmed and exposed. Private security guards have been facing violence that's raising questions about industry safety. Tonight, H&N investigates how prepared they are for dangers on the job. Our Allison Blair reports.
Under the current law, private security guards have little ability to protect themselves while on duty. Now, some industry experts are calling for change, adding there's also a need for more training, saying Hawaii standards are far too lax. A background check, application paperwork.
No other country is going to misinterpret this.
And 8 hours in the classroom is about all it takes to earn a guard card in Hawaii.
You could do all of that in a weekend.
After spending 26 years in law enforcement, Ed Howard now heads up Pax Bello Security Solutions, a firm specializing in consulting, training, and emergency planning.
What do you learn in that 8-hour class?
So it does focus on the state laws for use of force and citizens arrest. There is nothing in it relating to de-escalation.
A topic he says should be a basic fundamental in the security industry.
Right, and it's not only the de-escalation part, there's things that happen before that. It's actually sizing up the environment, sizing up the individual. It's situational awareness. It's looking for anomalies, things that are red flags or out of the ordinary.
Is an 8-hour class enough?
It is not. When the law was being written, I was appointed to an advisory committee.
He says he advocated for use of California's model, which requires prospective guards to undergo a much more rigorous course.
But the legislators, many of them felt that it would be a burden to the various businesses and companies relating to security because of cost.
As long as I got my hands up like this, you assume that I'm going to attack you. When we teach the class here at KT, I do give them the real deal as far as what to expect in the field.
Over at KT Protection Services, Training and Development Manager Michael Thomas says guards are taught to observe and report.
Not to engage the person and try and stop them from stealing. That's not our job.
Who's showing up to take these classes?
It's people who need second and third jobs. Majority of my people are on the more retirement side or fresh out of high school, college kids.
And then how often are you hearing about security guards getting injured on the job?
More often than I'd like to.
On Monday, Honolulu police opened an attempted murder investigation after a security guard was shot in the chest in the area of Kalihi Valley Homes. A week prior, a separate attempted murder investigation was launched after another security officer was stabbed during a confrontation with a suspected shoplifter at the Safeway near South Baratinga and Pi'ikoi.
Explain under the law what security guards are allowed to have in terms of weapons.
Nothing.
Rules written by the Department of Commerce and Community Affairs prohibit private security guards from carrying weapons unless specifically authorized in writing by the appropriate state agency or the police chief. On Wednesday, we asked DCCA and the Honolulu Police Department if they have a process they use that allows individual security guards to arm themselves. In an email, DCCA told us no, it doesn't have a process, saying the Board of Private Detectives and Guards does not have the authority to grant the ability to carry weapons to licensed guards. Meanwhile, HPD said it does have a process for guard companies, saying dozens of requests are received every year. Right now, there are a total of 5 companies on island authorized to carry weaponry. Individual guards can follow that same process, but when we asked how many had been authorized to carry, our question wasn't answered.
Do you believe that security guards should have the ability to be armed?
I believe they do. I believe they should. And when we say armed, I'm not necessarily saying firearms.
Like what?
For sure, pepper spray, stun guns perhaps, maybe even tasers. Now, of course, the backside to all of that is you do have to have proper training.
How would it make the community safer?
The first and foremost, I believe it can help the individual be safer, right? How does it help the community? Well, I think the word would get out very rapidly that now the playing field can be evened a little bit.
But for any of this to happen, lawmakers would need to get involved to make changes at the legislative level. Allison Blair, Hawaii News Now.